this is part 3 of my new Nothing to Something series where I give myself 24 hours to make as much real money as possible. During today's video, I'll be explaining some very important tips that will maximize your amount of profit and as well as explain the cascading overpay effect. And make sure you do subscribe because I'll be releasing the final part very soon. With that out of the way, let's get right into it. Now, painted octanes are a great way for intermediate and advanced traders to gain profit in Rocket League, underpaying between under 100 and 400 credits depending how high of a demand it is. So that's what I decided to do, going on to all these sites and posting all the mid-tier octanes for under 200 credits of the minimum value. And a little while later, I was able to pick up a great octane for 1200 credits. The current value for this octane is around 1400 to 1600 credits, so we should be able to get a decent profit off of it. Since everything was going up in value, I was having a difficult time trying to buy some of the bigger items like painted apexes. So for the time being, I just decided to sell the previous items like painted buffies, painted hex, and painted gravity bombs. Since I already knew I could make stable profit with them, I just refreshed all of those previous posts and I was able to find a 4-screen gravity bomb for 600 credits. And this is a perfect example of a cascading overpay effect, selling my high valued item for a mixture of credits and items in return. Once the first trade is complete, I usually repeat the same steps, so in this case grabbing the Sub-Zero and then try to sell that as a cascading overpay effect, usually securing anywhere from 100 to 400 credits profit each trade. Sadly, I couldn't continue the cascading overpay effect with my Sub-Zero since it is such a low valued item, so I just decided to look for a good credit offer or a good overpay in return, and I was able to find 650 credits in a great Animus GP. Noticing I had a decent amount of credits in my inventory, I thought it'd be a good idea to look for some more items to gain more profit. So I just went on to rl.insider.gg to see if I could find some stable items, and I was able to see that Interstellar had a stable value. So I just decided to post all the painted Interstellars I could afford, and luckily enough I was able to pick up Burnt Unit Interstellar for 800 credits. Another tip to note is keeping a maximum 4 to 3 items in your inventory at all times. So I usually just stick to 2 or 3 so I can really focus on those items to get the maximum credit values. And after buying that Burnt Unit Interstellar, I was finally able to sell my Great Octane for the maximum credit value of 1600 credits. It did take a really long time to find a buyer, but sometimes items can be very difficult even if they're popular. So it's important to take a break from trying to sell that item and come back later. Unless that item is dropping in value, then I would continuously try to sell it. I knew burnt sienna was not a very popular color, especially on black market, so I didn't even bother looking for the maximum credit value because it would have taken me a really long time to do, and I don't really have that amount of time, so I just settled with the minimum credit value of 1300 credits. Now, a great method I like to use when I'm getting a lot of offers on my post is saying I don't have that credit value, but I do have a little bit under that price. So for example, I was originally offering 900 credits for a orange Interstellar, but since I was getting so many offers on it, I just decided to message everyone I was only willing to do 850. A lot of the people did end up saying no, but this guy said yes if I had an ad. So I decided to throw in my Animus GP and he did the deal, so we are saving around 50 credits. Now, I was having a really difficult time selling this orange Interstellar, so I just decided to take this deal of 1130 credits, 4 non-crate rares, and a couple extra items. So we are getting the minimum credit value for my orange Interstellar. I just need to sell a couple of those items. As you can see, buying and selling painted Interstellars is a great way to gain profit, underpaying between under 300 and 400 credits and then trying to flip them for the maximum or mid credit value if you don't have a ton of time. So I just decided to refresh that post, and luckily enough this guy was offering his black Interstellar for 1800 credits. And right after buying that black Interstellar, I just decided to post everything I had up, and the first thing that did decide to sell was the 4 non-crate rares for 40 credits, leading us into a total time of 18 hours and 46 minutes. And if you found this video helpful or enjoyable, make sure you like the video and subscribe down below. It helps the channel out a ton and I really do appreciate it. If you want to watch the next or previous video, click the playlist on the right. That's everything for me, gamers. Peace.